Thank y'all. I'm self-deprecating a little. I don't hate myself. I don't feel anything about myself. People say you should have high esteem. No, you should have no esteem. You should just, like, don't do the esteem. Get rid of it. Just be, and you're like, am I cool enough to go to Walmart today? It doesn't, no one's cool enough to go to Walmart. They want to kill you. They want you to, it's not true. Big Pharma wants you to stay just healthy enough to last till like 90, but just sick enough that you keep buying it. But also, sometimes people need pills, and I know friends of mine that would not be able to get up in the morning if they didn't have some Big Pharma pills. I'm sure there's other answers. I don't know what they are. Honey's good for you. Well, that was sick. I didn't mean this. This next poem is about that thing. Oftentimes, we, or Big Pharma, whoever you will to blame. You know, they say you should buy paper straws. We say burritos shouldn't be $30. Who knows who's right about it? It's all complex. Form a union, or don't form a union, or something. All of the opinions are correct, or whatever, I don't know. Listen to each other and think critically about it all. But like heart critically, not brain critically, but sometimes brain critically. Brittany's thinking, shut up, do the poem. Okay. Brittany's the reason I'm not starving. God's the reason I'm not starving. Thank you, Brittany, for listening to God sometimes. Brittany left. She's not even there anymore. Holy frick, that's incredible. Yeah, oftentimes there's this problem where we get these boxes and people go, yeah, this box has stuff in it. And you go, I've seen boxes. I know that for a fact. So you get the box, you take there's a good essay about this, about Jerry Seinfeld talking about, again, I don't endorse anything celebrities mentioned in my set, but he has this thing about stuff coming into your house and slowly crapifying over time. And once it goes to the garage, it never leaves the garage. Nothing comes out of the garage back into the house, right? And you get the box home, you're like, I've seen boxes, I know how these work. And you open it, and then there's nothing in there. It's like hype beast culture. They go, these chips are good, and you reach in and there's no chips. You're like, there's no chips in the bag. They go, yeah, there are. And no, there's not. And then you go, well, I'll buy another box. You get nothing. And the issue that comes with trying to fit, you start trying to fit all the boxes you've accrued into each other, thinking, well, at least the boxes can fit in the boxes, right? And nothing is designed to work for you. And so you start getting all of these misshapen things taking place inside of you. And the problem that comes from all of these ill-fitting boxes stacked inside of each other is that you begin to get these honeycomb-shaped holes growing inside of your heart. And then you just become a busy bee constantly trying to scrape the sludge out of the crevices of your life. And I believe that there is a God that means more for us than to spend all of our time worrying about how to clean up all of the dirt and fix all of the mess. I do think he intends for us to honor it and be aware of it, but I think he intends more for us to have faith in the production of honey, in a kingdom that grows not necessarily from the pieces that we have carved out from ourselves, but still somehow in the holes left over from that, a kingdom that is built in the fullness of a God that lives in the very same rooms that he creates inside of us. And I think that God has shown us, even the flowers, how they may both burn and be rained on, yet still produce fruit, how they still serve and soak up the sun to create life. So please let us taste the nectar when we spread the pollen and see how a field may become a forest of still growing words in the mouths of children like honey and sustainment. Let us spread the word that the sun has risen and it shines on us all, brings it all to light. So please do not take away our baskets to cover my heart. Do not make trees out of my heart to make baskets from them. Do not cover mine or your own art, though there will always be crumbs that collect down in the crevices of the honeycombs. And there are still living rooms and kitchens that are glowing. So take away no home, for all of us are being built together, a dwelling place for the giver in the spirit, for the given. Somewhere in a field, someone's child has been lost, but there are still bees with an intent only for the will of God. Somewhere someone does see it, the honey and the blood, viscous, opening up the pores of the only Savior, making the flesh tender, softening the dough so that we, with these violent hands, may knead it, so that we, with these very same hands, may taste and eat of the sweetness that the word is truth. And from flowers and bees comes meat and bread, from the same molecules making up the air and rock, a metal tip that splits the skin. Out from it pours water. Let us drink it. In the beginning, the breath and all life created to make honey. How the trees inside of us worship his name. How the fruit grows oftentimes as people, and turning towards everything but God, we get lost in these mazes of thought processes that he is something that has to be found. When we look at all of the shelves we've carved from ourselves, we feel as if we have to now fill them, as if we have to buy pieces of ourselves back to place back inside of us. And when the dust settles in a stillness on all of the books that we have placed there, we will realize how none of our efforts have ever made us clean. We will notice the word that was there in the beginning, before all of it, written into our hearts, the breath that is given, how a field becomes a forest of still growing trees. And even when our hands were busy with all the wrong works, looking at the honeycombs of our hearts and wondering of the space that we see spreading pollen to dead things, how he still pruned, how it all grew up from our dirt, a tree, how hanging from it was fruit, honey, light. Hanging from it was a promise, an exchange, how it gives to me my life